What is going on with Darryn Peterson? Because
Man,
we come on here after he goes off against AJ DeBonster and BYU. I mean, we had the red flag. He didn't play in the second half of that game. And now it's like he's sitting out with the flu. And I mean, there's text surfacing that he didn't really have the flu. We don't know that for a fact. We don't know what's real and what's not real. But I mean, you see him warming up. I mean, he just looks nonchalant going through the motions. Like they said, like Michael Jordan when he had the flu, he was out there battling. He looked like he could barely be on the court. Like Darren Peterson smiling on the sideline. Like I don't really know what's going on. In high school, he missed a lot of time with injuries. This year, I mean, let me pull up the injuries he's had because it's just becoming a common thing. Is like he had a hamstring strain, an ankle sprain, cramping, quad issues. All in his freshman year alone. He's just 19 years old. Like, I mean, what is he going to look like when he's 28? That's why I told you off camera.
yeah.
Because I think off talent alone, no injuries involved, I think Darren Peterson's the number one pick. But I feel like it's going to get to a point where NBA scouts say, okay, like if a certain organization like Indiana gets the number one pick, or they say, okay, we got Tyrese Halliburton, we're not drafted for potential. Like we're not going to take that risk and deal
So,
with that.
yeah.
Like we seen what the Warriors did when they drafted Wiseman with injury concerns. For example, like let's just draft the best player in the draft, in our opinion, the best player with no red flags. Let's just draft the monster because I mean it's starting to get to a point where it's like, is he burnt out? Like what's going on? He's just 19. So what's your take on it?
I think you can kind of like expand that. Well, I guess depending on I'm not gonna sit here and be like I know Darren Peterson's entire like athletic history. I
Yeah,
don't know
medical.
if like what other sports he's played. I don't know his previous injury issues before he got to college. I'm not gonna predict his future or anything, but I will say I have enough knowledge of like this field to know that like they run down their bodies like pretty easily, especially nowadays with the amount of basketball that's being played. Uh, Especially if you're just like a basketball only player. That's why I was saying I'm not gonna assume his history or anything. But I know that a lot of like basketball players, especially like the ones around our age and younger, like they usually just play basketball like all year. If it's not like just for the high school, it's like a AAU league or something like that. And especially when you're like the topper talents, like you're going to these like academies and doing these training camps and all that, and like maybe it's just too much basketball. Maybe I mean, and then at this point you can't really have a break because you're trying to get into the league. You're a top prospect. Like something has to change, at least like on the recovery side, uh, some sort of injury prevention side. Uh, Kansas needs to get new trainers or something. Like literally anything.
You
Like
think it's them? Because like look at the Bonster and Caleb Wilson. Like look at all those guys. They look perfectly fine. Like they're not missing games. Like
yeah, I mean it's really a case by case. There's so many factors that could be why he's getting hurt. Uh, like I'm trying to
back to high school.
Yeah, like there's so
Apparently.
many different things across like his entire life that could be influencing this. Maybe there's something about the way he jumps. Maybe there's something about the way he launches. Maybe it's something about the way he recovers. Uh, Maybe it's something to do with just his mindset in a general sense. Maybe that has a lot to do with how he like carries himself in these kind of moments. Maybe he's not giving 100% on like training or recovery. And I'm not saying this to slander him. I don't know this man.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from the outside looking in, especially with like the flu-like symptoms that they were talking about, and then that one guy was texting and got recorded from behind, talking about how it seemed like maybe he wasn't even sick at all. Maybe it was just like a cover-up type thing. Like I don't know. And then I agree. Like I don't like. There's a team that would draft him, obviously, but
Yeah.
like Ace
Top
Bailey
five.
last year. Ace Bailey, you could argue he could have been like a top three pick, but he fell to Utah at 5, and Loki was about to fall further just because of like off the court things and injuries. Like you just mentioned, Wiseman. Like injuries don't necessarily stop people per se, but if Indiana gets the first pick, right, they're gonna try to compete now because they make all these moves this year. Like they got Zubac, like, and then they're gonna have a early pick, and then they're going to try to win the NBA championship. So you don't want your early pick to be getting hurt in like February, March. It's like it would maybe tank his stock, but I don't think it would tank it too much.
No,
I feel like whoever he goes to will try to like nurture him to like help
Yeah.
prevent these kind of things in the future.
Whatever happens, he's going to be a top 3, top 5 pick. It's
Right.
just how close everybody else is to him, because you got a Caleb Wilson, the Bonster, the guy from Tennessee. You got Fleming from Houston. It's a deep class, and they're on the floor producing. So it's not like maybe this was not last year, but the year before when you had Sarr. Like if he was maybe in that draft, we might not be discussing this right now.
He'd probably still be the first pick.
It will be a foregone conclusion that he's number 1, but it's just who's in this draft class. Like the Bonds is a bucket. Wilson is a bucket, and they're long. They can play 1 through 5. I mean, you got some guys in this draft that it goes 30 deep. I don't think he'll go outside the top 5, but you have to question at a certain point, like, is his drive there? Like, you have the number 1 team in the country coming to your home court. I mean, he missed the game with flu-like symptoms. I mean, if this was just this, without all the injury stuff, we wouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be questioning it. But out of all the injury concerns, all the talk been around you about your injuries with the number 1 team coming, I just felt like for him to say, I'm gonna sit this one out, it's sort of like it's a red flag.
Yeah, contextually for sure.
Yeah.
And then the worst part about it is they won. They beat the number 1 team. They gave them their first loss on the season without him.
So how valuable are you?
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna mess him up more than anything. It's not even like the injury concern. Well, I mean the injury concerns too, but I feel like that holds more weight than him just missing the game. It's the fact that they won. Like if they lost, and we could be talking about, oh well, they needed him. Hopefully he can stay consistent so they can win it all because clearly they need him, etc., etc. But now the narrative's like they can hold their own. Like they held their own against the best team in the country at home and won. Granted, in March Madness it'd be like in a neutral site, but like if you can handle your business against any team in the league, clearly, then it's like asking how important he is a dumb question. But I think you get what I mean by asking that.
As a Pelicans fan, seeing the stuff that's happened with Zion Williamson and injuries, would you take somebody like Darryn Peterson number 1?
That's a great example actually, because it's like I don't feel like he's like Zion tier, even like now when Zion was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zion was like being talked about like LeBron for real, like how Wemby ended up being talked about. Like that's someone that you can look past it because you can see like the importance of like how good he is, and it's like that will outweigh the injury concerns.
His injury concerns in college wasn't crazy bad.
It was just like conditioning concerns more so.
Yeah, he wasn't missing a crazy amount of games. I know he had to time his shoe came off in the middle of a play. That's fluke. That's flukish.
Yeah, I was about to say I wouldn't really call that him though. I feel like that's more. Fluke. If anything,
it's a fluke. It's a fluke injury.
Yeah,
it shows how powerful you are too.
Right, like when you just bust his shoes casually.
Yeah,
that was like at the start of the game too, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's not Zion, so it's harder to look past. And it's like more extensions than like Zion was. But I don't feel like it tanks him too hard. Like, let's say the Pelicans still had their pick this year. If they, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they still drafted him number 1. Like, there's definitely teams that if they get the first pick, they will draft him number 1 regardless.